Hi, my name is Bill Bradley. I'm an extreme endurance athlete and motivational speaker. The topic of today's video is the commitment to be a black belt. I was just talking to my buddy Paul, and he just got his black belt in jiu-jitsu. He was starting to tell me the story. I'm getting all fired up. I love people who, a 10-year commitment to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu. And it was like, wow, that's amazing. I said, how did you originally decide that you wanted to do jiu-jitsu? And he says, I was watching the original MMA videos, where they had the fighters and there was really no rules back then. They just threw everybody in the cage and all these different disciplines. And the guy who was beating them all was a smaller guy named Royce Gracie. And he was kicking everybody's ass. And Paul made note of that. He said, I'd like to do that someday. And so he went home, he told his wife about it, and I don't know, soon after that, his wife saw that there was a Brazilian martial art studio open nearby, a dojo, where he could train. And it was owned by the Gracies, or it was taught their type of martial arts. And so he went down there. I said, well, what's the toughest thing that you had to do? He says, walk through the door. To go in there the first time is the hardest thing to do. And so he went in there and he signed up and he stuck with it for 10 years. There is no shortcuts to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu. You got to put your time in. In the beginning, he was between 4 to 6 days a week he would show up to train. Then towards the end, I think he's got a lot more family commitments now. It's 2 to 3 days a week. But he stayed with it, week in and week out, year in and year out. He would go, he says, when you move up a belt, a lot of times, you get your ass kicked. And people will quit. They'll get their ass kicked so bad, it gets so upset that they'll quit over that. Or it'll just be a slow process of them not realizing their dreams, not moving along as fast as they would like, and they slowly quit. He said since he joined that dojo, hundreds of people have come and gone in that 10-year commitment. Wow, but he kept going. He got his ass kicked. I used to ask him, I said, what do you think when you get your ass kicked? Or what if you lose or you have a failure? He says, what do you think? He says, we call failure learning. That's how we learn. You got to learn. And so when he would have his bad things, he kept his faith. He knew he would get better. He just kept with it. He kept with his training. He believed in his training. He believed in his instructors. And after 10 years, he got his freaking black belt. If that isn't so badass, that is so great. I just love it. I love it. No quit, man. He just kept going, where hundreds of other people dropped out and millions never even started. They didn't have the guts to walk through that door, which is what he said was his hardest part. So anyway, have the commitment of my buddy Paul, the black belt in jiu-jitsu, and keep showing up until you get your goal. Woo! Anyway, if you're interested and you have a question for me, you can email me at epicbillbradley@gmail.com. Thank you very much.